If you're going to do other features like wings, for instance, the wings of my penguin here, you'll notice that the wings come back and they attach to the body of the piece. That's because I want to be careful not to have anything sticking out too far. I can't take a piece of clay and kind of put it on like this and attach it. This would be extremely vulnerable and it would probably break very easily before we got it into the kiln. So if I want to create a wing, it's even better for me to try and take it and create a shape that's like this, where it's attached in one place and attached in another, and maybe comes out a little bit from the body of the piece, but it's really secure and well attached. The same thing applies to things like horns. If I want to make horns, of some sort, horns or antlers, I can use clay that's fairly thick and take pieces like this and attach it if I'm very careful. And again, scoring, slipping, and doing a really good job of taking some of the clay from the piece that I'm attaching and pushing it into the body of what I'm working on. I wouldn't want to make it any thinner than about like this. If I try to take really, really thin pieces of clay like this and attach them, they're going to fall and break off really easily. So anywhere I'm attaching big pieces of clay, I want to make sure that I do a really good job of slipping and scoring and maybe taking another part of it and attaching it somewhere else on the body. Now there are lots of different ways to approach building animals depending upon what you make. You can look through the archive online and see all the examples and work with your teacher to try and get an idea of how to handle the clay and how to attach it. Once you've got the basic form attached, you want to let this get a little bit harder, and then it's going to be time to do things like carve texture into the clay. Now this student did a good job of carving a snakeskin kind of a texture into theirs. When I did my penguin, I took a very sharp tool to carve into the surface to create this, the kind of fur or feathery look to the penguin. Some students, like the student who made the octopus here, chose not to do a carved texture but took advantage of how smooth the clay could be to really create a nice smooth texture. And then other students, like the student who created the fish, used other tools to create fish scales. I think this student just used a very sharp tool, which you would find on the clay cart, to help create that, and then did carving to create the tail. Attached his eyes very well here. You can see this is made of slabs and joined all the way around really well. And the tail is also hollow. I'm going to see if I can kind of point that so you can kind of look down inside there and see that this is made of a piece here joined to a piece here and then a single piece here. The reason is this would be too thick to attach solid. So the student did a good job of creating a, let's see if you can see down there, you can actually see that that's hollow down inside there. Did a very good job creating a simple fish shape.